Greetings from Greece to all the comrades of Socialist Alternative and to all the people gathered tonight for the discussion about the Greek elections. As you have probably heard, New Democracy came first, leaving second the coalition of the radical left, Syriza, in which we take part in. Just to give you some facts, New Democracy got 1800,000 votes, that is 29.6%, and Syriza got 1600,000 votes, that is 26.9%. Although we have lost the electoral battle, we don't feel defeated. Both pro-austerity and pro-memorandum parties, New Democracy, the Conservatives, and PASOK, the Social Democrats, got 43% of the vote. The Social Democrats were had an unprecedented defeat. On the other hand, the forces that were against the austerity and against the memorandum got more than 50% of the vote. The second most important thing is that most of the anti-austerity vote went to the left. It has more than 2.2 million people chose the left in these last elections. This is an unprecedented percentage, even in total numbers for the left in the Greek history. Syriza alone catapulted from a status of 4 to 5% of the vote 3 months ago to 27% in these elections. Of course, there is the dark spot of the Golden Dawn, the organization of the neo-Nazis that took 69% of the vote. They drew mostly from petty bourgeois elements that were crushed by the crisis and the austerity. This is an alarming fact. The left will have to organize a massive anti-fascist united front to confront all these fascist attacks that are targeting immigrants, leftists, gypsies, and even gays lately. In order to understand the outcome of the elections, you have to realize that it was a very fierce electoral period between the May 6 political earthquake and the elections of June 17th. New Democracy Party unleashed a campaign of fear and lies. They had very important allies. They had the European and the international establishment. We had statements made by Merkel, of the Chancellor of Germany, Christine Lagarde of the IMF, and so on, saying that if people voted against austerity, they would be punished, and that the Greek people would be expelled from the Eurozone. Of course, the biggest ally of New Democracy was Greek capitalists. We had numerous reports from working places that hotel owners, bank owners, ship owners gathered up their employees and workers and told them that if Syriza won in the elections, they would fire everybody and get their businesses abroad. We even had reports saying that banks told their employees to advise their customers to withdraw their money in fear of Syriza taking their investments. The media, of course, was also a powerful ally in this campaign of New Democracy. They twisted our positions, they lied about it. They even had documentaries a few days before the election about what would life look like in Greece if we return to drachma, implying that this would be the result of Syriza government. All in all, it was a very fierce and coordinated attack on Syriza. But looking back at it, it paid very poorly, because they used almost all the basic weapons, the most important weapons, and it was only a 3% perhaps difference in the vote. It's not by accident that New Democracy members were not cheering or celebrating on Sunday night. They know they do have two major problems. The one problem is the financial situation, and the second one is the working class resistance to austerity. This also proved was also proved by the exit polls, and that showed who actually voted for Syriza. Syriza came first to the working class, both private and public sector, came first to the unemployed, came first to all the productive ages between 18 years old and 55 years old, and it came first to the in the working class neighborhoods and suburbs of Athens, Piraeus, and other working class cities like Thessaloniki and Patras. All this is very it shows quite descriptive of what New Democracy will be waiting, of the militancy and defiance of workers by workers of the new measures that the New Democracy will try to impose. Trying to say things about the future, there is now preparation about the immediate struggles we have ahead of us. There will be a government formed by an alliance between New Democracy and PASOK. Probably there will be the Democratic Left Party taking part in this coalition government. One of the first measures they will take is massive privatizations. They will also continue with new attacks and austerity, attacks on the wages. They will continue with attacks on hospitals and schools. Also very important, attacks on civil rights and the right to demonstrate and strike. All these are struggles that existed in the previous past 2 years, but we will have to escalate the struggle. All these struggles have produced dozens of thousands of militant working class. What we're trying to do is to intensify the struggles. We're saying to the people to politicize their struggle, that we have to get every struggle out of isolation, coordinate the struggles between them. This is why we're saying that Syriza will have to be everywhere. Syriza everywhere is the slogan. We will have to make new branches, make branches in especially in the working places, and we're saying to the workers that they will have to take Syriza in their hands, make Syriza their own weapon against austerity and the memorandum. To conclude, I would say that the message of the Greek elections was that there is an alternative to austerity. The resistance to the global crisis is realistic. That we showed that the to the people of Europe and around the world that there is an alternative road, and that is the road of the radical left. Finally, I'm pretty sure you will be glad to know that two revolutionaries, both women, members of DEA, are among the 71 members of parliament elected with the Syriza ballot. Solidarity greetings from Greece, the weakest link of European capitalism.